Let's see if I can do it from memory. Called Trafinas Extra Hand. The old sailors were a superstitious lot. And some of the writers who wrote about their lives understood that. This one was written by a shipping clerk in Vancouver, BC, named Cicely Fox Smith. She published under the name C. Fox Smith because it was considered unseemly for a lady to know about seamen's lives, sailors. On the clipper ship Trafina, sailing northward from the line, trade winds blowing steady and her flying kites a-shine. 65 days from Angier, with a freight of Foochow tea, a sailor man lay dying, and the words he spoke were these: "Many years I've sailed aboard her, I've come to like her well. I've not much hope of heaven, and I'm not much use to hell. But if so be as they'll let me, by the great hook block I swear, if the old Trafina wants me, dead as living, I'll be there. And there'll be one more at the halyards, one more on the yard, fisting down the canvas when it's blowing stiff and hard. One more tailing at the forebrace when the waist is deep in foam. One more to sweat the topsails up, or sheet to Gansel's home." Just off the western islands, when he smelled the land, he died, and they laid aback the main yard to drop him overside. Then squared away for England, pulley hauling with a will. And though they thought they'd left him, he sailed aboard her still. And the chaps as was his shipmates went away as all chaps go. And the folks as were her owners sold the old ship long ago. But whoever owned or sailed her, whoever went or came, Trafina's extra hand, he sailed aboard her just the same. And there'd be one more at the halyards, one more on the yard, fisting down the canvas when it's blowing stiff and hard. One more tailing at the forebrace when the waist is deep in foam. One more to sweat the topsails up, or sheet to Gansel's home. And he never signed no articles, he never drawed no pay, he never scarfed no victuals, but by night as well as day. Though you'd never see him coming, and you'd never hear him go, he'd be always somewhere handy when it's coming on to blow. He'd stand by wheel and look out, you'd kind of feel him near, kind of see him and not see him, kind of hear and yet not hear. But the funny thing about it, though you somehow couldn't swear, you knew just sure as shooting that an extra hand was there. 'Cause there'd be one more at the halyards, one more on the yard, fisting down the canvas when it's blowing stiff and hard. One more to sweat the forebrace when the waist is deep in foam. One more to sweat the topsails up, or sheet to Gansel's home. And in port, when all the hands had gone ashore to take some ease, and the ship was left as lonely and as quiet as you please, not a blessed soul aboard her, but the galley cat and you. You might hear a kind of something. More than once I've heard it too. Like there's someone up aloft there, puttering round amongst the gear, seizing there another rattling, putting on a mousing here. Rum-tumming old tunes over, such as shellbacks used to know, in the good old China tea trade, many, many years ago. And there'd be one more at the halyard, one more on the yard, fisting down the canvas when it's blowing stiff and hard. One more tailing at the forebrace when the waist is deep in foam. One more to sweat the topsails up or sheet to Gansel's home. Trafinas Extra Hand. You can find that one recorded. My friends William Pint and Felicia Dale recorded a version of that. They took a tune that was put to Ms. Smith's words by Bob Zentz, and they changed it around just a little bit.